Now, I met you yesterday.
Okay.
Do you remember?
I remember.
And you spoke to Billy, didn't you?
What beach?
Do you remember Billy when he had a bad day, didn't he?
Billy got a bad day.
What did Billy say?
He says, I have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
He did. Billy did say that. He had a dreadful day, and you said that's okay.
It comes from the book.
Yeah.
Called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Almost the same as me.
So you understood Billy's very bad, horrible. Say it again.
Say it again.
I had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
I love that. Yeah.
Say, hi Billy.
Hi, Billy. Hope you feel better.
That's great. Thank you. He's on his way here to try and feel better.
He
But
misses
thanks to
his
okay.
mommy.
Let's talk about you guys. How old are you?
I'm 24 and I'm almost 25.
Your birthday's very soon, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is Mummy.
Hi. Want to give a brief detail what happened to Kyle. At the age of 15 months, he had the MMR vaccine. We lived in France at the time. Up to then, he had perfectly developmental with, all the walking, talking, eating well, everything normal, no suspicion that anything was wrong with him. And within 2 days after his MMR, he lost his language, the few words. He didn't speak, but he had words, like a half a dozen words. He started banging his head. He basically, I felt I'd lost him. He was in, he had these terrible tantrums, screaming for help, and I couldn't do anything about it. Unfortunately, no one to turn to. Autism in France, no one mentioned the word autism. Took me until he was 4.5 years old to get a diagnosis. They sent me to psychotherapy. They sent him to psychotherapy, and obviously nothing worked until we were able to move to the US when he was 5 years old, and where things started to looking up for us. But unfortunately, as soon as we moved here in the US, they didn't think he had enough vaccines, so we had to go through the whole vaccination, another MMR, where he regressed further. He was so sick the hours after his other MMR at the age of 5. I didn't know anything about the vaccine, so it was years later that I was able to get vaccine exemption in the state of Florida. Is still possible. And Kyle, with a lot of work from our family and fighting the school system, has come a long way. And today is 25 years old. He's actually working part-time in the cafeteria at one of the high schools in our county, and volunteering for 3 times a week. And I have hopes for him. He still lives with us at home, but I have hopes that one day he may be able to share an apartment with somebody else. And you don't like apartments, okay?
He doesn't like what?
He doesn't like apartments.
No, that's fine. You don't have to live in an apartment. We can sort something out.
We get
other options.
You can move in with Billy in a
Here,
big house.
Here's some cold water.
Oh, thank you.
We'll make it. We'll work it out. That's the whole point. We're going to work out what's best. No one has to do anything. You've been doing as you're told for all your life. We're done with that now.
Okay. And basically, this is our story. And I know there's so many parents out there with so similar stories. You, Polly, when I watched your movie, I was like listening to myself, same thing. And it's just so crazy that this is just not taken seriously.
Well, I mean, you and I have been in this game a long time, and you've been fantastic running an organisation here.
Yes, I have.
For many, many, many years, and it's thanks to people like you that everybody collectively has the knowledge that they do today. So first of all, thank you for that.
Thank you.
And secondly, we're still saying the same thing that we've been saying 19, 20, 22 years ago, as we're saying now. So for the first time, I think we are being heard. And it's been a long, hard struggle, and I think on behalf of everybody, just thank you so much for all
And
your work.
thank you. You have no
I'm
idea.
thanking you right now.
I know, and I'm thanking you too, because you have no idea. I cannot believe this is just happening.
It's collective work around the globe.
Yes, and it has to be strong women and men.
There are a few men involved.
Some might argue that point.
And dads, because I saw your husband working so hard.
Yeah, he works hard.
In Florida, and
In Austin, yeah.
you know, it takes an effort from everybody to make a change. And just, I'm going to be very quick. Just now I got stopped by a gentleman here, asked me what's this about, so I told him about the movement. And he said, you know, my wife last year got the flu vaccine and she had a terrible reaction to it. And I said, well, this is what this is about.
I mean, is that what it's going to take? That everybody has to be harmed to get it? I mean, I don't know. I took for me to be harmed, my son to be harmed for me to get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even
I hate that.
yeah.
What's going to happen?
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately.
All right. Okay, you are amazing. You are amazing.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say
Bye-bye.
Say
Did you
Teach
sign
me
about?
about all the different Disney characters. He knows every single one.
You do? You know all the Disney characters?
yes.
He just
Now what-
named all the.
Okay, so Bells, what's our friend Zoe? Our friend Zoe, Bella's friend from England, is now working as Princess Aurora, is it? Is that-
Aurora.
Oh, nice.
And where's she from? What's Princess Aurora from?
I don't know. What's Princess Aurora from?
She's Sleeping Beauty, is our Zoe.
Oh,
so we're
she's
proud
from
of her.
Sleeping Beauty.
Played by Mary Costa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The left and is played by Eleanor Audley.
He knows all the actresses. It's
Who
amazing.
plays them? The actual actress who plays them.
Wonderful wealth of knowledge. Okay, thank you. Thank you so
you
much.
for all you do, guys. I admire you so much, and God gives you the strength to keep going.
That's right, 'cause this is what we do.